G'day everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Little update.
A big update.
You're currently looking at our backyard.
Yes, with a giant change of pace to what we were doing, we've put a pause on our travels around the country to stop and save some money. Where we're up to in our uploads, we're down in the southwest of WA, and as soon as we arrived here, we absolutely fell in love with the place, and we kind of thought, yeah, we could live here.
I think you also notice for the rest of this episode, this is kind of where our language about the area started changing. And I think you might notice us talking about how much we really like the area, and we also extended our stays in the area for the first time on the trip in this region.
Yeah, we started to slow things down because we wanted to spend more time here, and then we eventually made the decision, we are going to stop, we are going to find work, and we're going to find a place to live.
I've jokingly said that the whole of this trip would be like Australia's audition for where we'd like to live for a bit. And let's just say that the Southwest did her best.
Yeah, it's
she
unreal.
passed with flying colors. We've been talking about joining the wine industry pretty much since we've been together. It was a pipe dream. Something we thought, oh, wouldn't that be nice? And I think being on this trip, it just opened our eyes a bit to the possibilities of making that work and fulfilling a different sort of dream.
I literally contacted every single winery in the region and in other surrounding regions, and we
compiled Google Sheets.
Yeah.
We contacted in different areas, and it's slow going.
We got nothing back. However, it's a beautiful little winery, old family owned, old school winery. They cork their bottles.
Which
they're
I'm
under cork.
very excited about.
They're under cork, excuse me. The winemaker offered us essentially a place to live in exchange for more or less 2 days of work a week, and so this is where we live now. It's fantastic. We love it here. We've been here for about a week or so. And yeah, we're probably going to be here for a couple of months, and that's also the reason why our uploads have been a little bit slow, because we've been very busy.
We do still want to travel the rest of Australia and see everything it has to offer. It's just our dreams collided in the most spectacular fashion, and this is where we are. We're not sorry.
Yeah, this is an amazing opportunity. We're incredibly lucky for this to kind of fall into our lap almost. We've still got a fair bit of content. Like, this is a good, month and a half ahead of the uploads of our videos. So there's still more coming.
Yes, we've paused the trip. And some would say, oh, things didn't work out or something. I would argue this is everything working out.
This is absolutely working out brilliantly. So
I'm so excited to be here and see where things progress from here.
Thanks for watching. Enjoy the episode, and yeah,
watch us fall in love.
We leave the amazing blue waters of the coast and head up to the Stirling Ranges National Park to tackle the famous Bluff Knoll. Bluff Knoll. You ready?
No.
Cool, let's do it.
The climb was pretty tough, not gonna lie. It's a path that never levels out, just keeps going up and up until you're at the top. But the spectacular views start at the bottom and they only get better the higher you go.
did it. Bluff Knoll, done.
Dusted.
This is the first like proper mountain I think that I've ever climbed. I don't know about you. You've climbed mountains before?
Yeah, I kind of come from the place in the world.
Ooh la la. I come from a place with beautiful mountains, maybe the most iconic mountain in the world. Oh, awesome. Anyway, it was a novel experience for me and it was fucking hard. I think the elevation is read like a kilometre, but the actual elevation from the car park was about 700 or 800 meters or something.
It doesn't sound like much, but it's
Yeah.
pretty hard.
I mean, yeah, it was hard, but we did it.
Yep.
And now we're gonna go back down. Please, everyone, keep thoughts and prayers for my knees. My knees did indeed turn to gravel by the time we got back to the car, but they were about to get some wonderful rest because we were on our way to the beautiful Parongarup, yet another wine region. We took it easy for a couple of days, just soaking in the atmosphere and the booze.
Good morning from Parongarup. Still getting used to pronouncing the town names all along Australia. We're leaving here today. Pretty bummed about it. This is a very unassuming little town, but we've fallen in love with it. Like, this is the campground or the caravan park where we're staying, and it feels like a sort of suburban forest. It's really, really lovely. The weather isn't really doing it justice right this second. But man, I don't know exactly what it is. It might be the people we've met and the places we've encountered, but we were both repeatedly telling each other while we were here, like, oh wow, I could really live here. It's quaint in the sweetest ways. It's so beautiful. Unfortunately, we do have to leave today. Ant has got the dreaded dentist appointment. He's lasted long enough. No, he's not keen, but it has to be done. And then we're off to Albany, where we're going to stay. And I'm going to experience my first Anzac Day. I actually really want to come back here. But there, such is life. This is how the trip goes. You're going to find places you fall in love with and have to move along. There's a schedule. Our next stop was the city of Albany. We took the opportunity to run some errands and get a few things fixed. Somebody had a successful visit to the dentist, so
Sugar!
treat yourself.
They're the same size. Brand new Repco, about $12 cheaper than Super Cheap. Not super cheap, super expensive. This is sick. Thanks, Repco. What follows is our experience of Anzac Day in the city of Albany, beginning with the dawn service at the Desert Mounted Corps Memorial at the top of Mount Clarence.
After the service, we joined everyone for the ride back into town for breakfast, then watched the parade down York Street, a tradition upheld since the war began.
What did you think of the dawn service?
I got a flag.
Again, what did you think of the dawn service?
It was very moving. I'm trying to deflect because it was very mournful, very tearful. And I really, really wish we had something like that in South Africa, because we had armed services participating in the First and Second World Wars especially as well.
Yeah, their sacrifice is no less than ours.
Just not commemorated at all.
Yeah, and to be honest, we didn't really know where we were going to be for Anzac Day. We were kind of trying to figure it out maybe a week or two ago. And we kind of just thought, well, Albany surely has a dawn service. And
Turns out.
I was right and wrong. Right, because yes, they do have a dawn service, but not realizing that it is the dawn service. It's actually it's the birth of the dawn service in Australia.
Anzac Day, really.
Anzac Day's dawn services come from Albany. So getting the bus up to the Mounted Corps Memorial, it was really a very special place to be on a morning like this. So
a lot of Australians told me that, the Anzac Dawn service, I should definitely do it when I come to Australia, and that it is very moving. And it's not like I didn't believe them, but I feel like for my first dawn service in Albany at the monument, footage which we'll show you in a sec, or already have shown you, it was pretty spectacular.
It was perhaps the most special dawn service that I will ever go to in Australia. So yeah, I'm really happy it all worked out the way it did. It was a kind of I wouldn't say happy accident, a kind of mournful and somber accident, but nonetheless, really, really happy that we were here for it. After our very special visit to Albany, we decided to go back to Parongarup for a couple of days because we loved it so much. We also had to climb the famous Castle Rock. Little shout out to my cousin Grant for pointing this place out to us a few months prior. Love you, mate.
We thoroughly enjoyed both our short visits to this magical place. We'd go back anytime. On next week's episode, we continue along the coast of the beautiful town of Denmark. Take a walk in the Valley of the Giants. And everything starts to go wrong.
This is traveling Australia.
Thanks again for watching. Please remember to click the like button and check out our Instagram page. Cheers, everyone.